Week 12 of the Texas high school football season, or week 8, or I don't know. This is really hard to keep up with. I got into journalism so I didn't have to do math. These are the picks. Welcome into the picks presented by Visit Arlington, your guide to Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your 6A and 5A preview for what is the 8th week of the big school season. Okay, remember, they started a month later. The smaller schools, 4A and below, are already into the playoffs. But we are now deep into district play for 6A and 5A. If you've come to this video looking for a preview of the big games in the playoffs this week, there's another video for you that's coming, I promise. It may already be up by the time that you're watching this. In any case, we're going to be focusing on 6A and 5A here today, and we've got big games all across the state. We start in the DFW Metroplex. 7 o'clock Friday night at Allen's Eagle Stadium. It is a District 5-6A showdown as the Allen Eagles welcome in the Denton Guyer Wildcats. What are the keys to this matchup? Key number 1, Guyer's offense against Allen's defense. And you might be saying, well, that seems like a kind of obvious key. Yes, but there's a lot of intrigue in this question. Because on the Denton Guyer side, the offense with quarterback Eli Stowers has been pretty good. But I think it maybe has not quite met the sky-high expectations that I think a lot of people around the state had. Now, look, they've still been very good. Obviously, off to a terrific start there for the Wildcats, but I think they have another gear, and I want to see if they can find that. On the other side, for Allen's defense, throughout most of the season, they've been excellent. Very, very strong. Except last week, when they got touched up for 610 total yards by Little Elm in a district showdown. So, yeah, something to be desired there from the Allen defense. I think you've got two units that have a really high ceiling that maybe have another extra step that they can take. So, what happens when the Denton Guyer offense meets the Allen defense? Key number 2, coaching showdown. And I'm actually really excited about the matchup on the sidelines in this one. For Allen, you have Coach Terry Campbell, and I really don't think he gets enough credit for what he does at Allen. I think he's kind of continued the tradition of them being a perennial contender, and there's no reason to think that they're going to be anything short of a team challenging for AT&T Stadium. Going up against Rodney Webb on the Denton Guyer sideline, the first-year coach there takes over at Guyer after a successful run at Rockwall, an offensive genius on that sideline. He is going to have something extra for the Allen Eagles in this one. So, with two outstanding coaches go to head-to-head, who can find that one wrinkle that puts their team over the top? And key number 3, the streaks. So you're probably tired of us talking about the fact that Allen has never lost at Allen's Eagle Stadium. And it's true. They are undefeated ever since they opened the doors of that beautiful facility. But there's another streak on the line here as well, which is that Allen has won 62 consecutive district games. That is the 3rd longest active streak in Texas high school football right now. And what we learned last week was that those streaks are not unbreakable. Katy had a very long 75-game district winning streak snapped just last week by Katy Tompkins. And make no mistake, Denton Guyer knows this. Denton Guyer knows that they can go and make history by walking into Eagle Stadium and bringing home a win. So, do you pick against the streak? Who am I picking? I'm going with Allen. I'm not picking against 2 streaks, a district winning streak and a home winning streak. But furthermore, I think that the offense for Allen, quarterback General Booty and the Green brothers, Bryson and Blaine Green, are going to be enough to put them over the top. Now, look, obviously the Allen defense has got to pick it up. And I think that Eli Stowers is going to be able to have a big game if they're not able to find a way to slow him down. But in the end, I just think Allen's got a little bit too much. I think the Eagles continue their streak. I think they bring home a win. Let's go to Houston, 7 o'clock Friday night at Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium. It is a big-time 21-6A clash as the Itasca City Eagles visit the C.E. King Panthers. And what a terrific story C.E. King has been so far this season. Off to a terrific start thanks to this two-headed monster on the ground with Jarrell Wembley and Decorian Hammond. This is a really explosive rushing attack that keeps them in a lot of games. But I do think this is going to be their biggest test to date, going up against this high-powered Itasca City offense led by quarterback Gavin Sessions and a defense that I think is really starting to round into form. I think this game's really close and is probably probably going to end up coming down to the final possession of the game. District 21 6A, a lot to be decided in this game, but I do think Itasca holds on for a win. Go out east, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park in Texarkana. It's a battle of unbeatens in District 9 5A Division II as the Texas High Tigers welcome in the Longview Pine Tree Pirates. And this Texas High team is serious business. I think they've got an outstanding quarterback in Brayson McHenry, a really strong running game in Braylon Stewart, and a defense that's starting to round into form. I think Coach Jerry Stanford has done a terrific job for this Tigers team. They get a huge test this week against this Pine Tree team that I think is starting to exceed expectations. We knew quarterback DJ Freeman was serious, but he is super special this year, and he's going to be a problem for this Texas High defense that is coming off a shutout of Marshall. That's the key matchup in this one. Can the Texas High defense hold up against what's been an outstanding offense led by DJ Freeman for the Pirates? I think this game's a lot of fun, has a chance to really be interesting, but I do think that the homestanding Texas High Tigers bring home a win. From 9-5A Division II to 9-5A Division I, 7 o'clock Friday night at Memorial Stadium in Port Arthur. Big-time showdown between the Port Arthur Memorial Titans and the Baytown Lee Ganders. And Lee is off to a terrific start. They've already matched their win total from last year. I think that quarterback Christian Olajay has taken a real nice step forward. And the defense, while the numbers don't blow you away, they make plays. They make plays at the key moment, and that is really impressive to watch. Going up against unbeaten Memorial and the Titans, man, what do you say about them? Their defense last week against Beaumont United was outstanding, shutting down the Timberwolves, and they have a dual-threat dynamo at the quarterback spot in Jamar Sanders. He is a playmaker. I think this game has a chance to be really fun, but I do think the Titans get the win. But those are far from the only big games in Week 8, Week 12, this week of Texas high school football. Let's get to lightning round. I like Leander Rouse over Georgetown Eastview. Duncanville gets by Cedar Hill, although keep an eye on those Longhorns. And I like Abilene over Wolford Friendship. With apologies to Matt Stepp, I like Burleson over Everman. Give me White House to stay perfect with a win over Marshall. And Bryant takes down Killeen. I like Harlingen over Weslaco, Weslaco East over Brownsville Porter, and Canyon Randall gets by Abilene Wiley. San Antonio Johnson stays perfect with a win over San Antonio Madison. Give me Dripping Springs over San Antonio Veterans Memorial, and Shadow Creek takes down Pearland. I like Eagle Pass over Laredo Alexander. Give me Frisco to stay perfect with a win over Denison, and Katy bounces back with a win over Katy Taylor. I like Wichita Falls Rider over Plainview, and give me Dickinson to beat Clear Springs. Schertz Clemens squeaks by San Antonio Wagner, and I like Lubbock Coronado to stay perfect with a win over Amarillo. Those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbells. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Week 12 or Week 8, or enjoy the week of Texas high school football. Be safe, wear a mask. We'll see you.